They're gonna say she being a good mama because she finna knock him out. This summer. Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing SWV and Escape the Queens of R&B Season 1, Episode 5. But before we start, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. Okay, so they're showing the little clips like they do at the beginning. Child, they didn't show Taj doing this striptease for Eddie on FaceTime. And he's like, Eric's here. He's like, hey, mom. That was cute.
Eric is grown enough for move. Move, boy. Gotta talk to your daddy.
Tamika calls Tasha to meet up and have a talk with her. Okay, so they didn't met up at the studio. First person sitting there when she come in is Rocky sitting there talking about, hey, meet, and she ignored him, rightfully so.
She paid him dust.
So she tells Tasha.
She was like, and no.
Right, and spoke when her sister came in. Rightfully so. So she tells Tasha that she had a convo with their mom and everything went well. You know, she gave her apology for cussing in her house and her mom accepted it. And I hate, because it really didn't go that well, but it's like she had to make Tasha feel comfortable.
I never, ever once got in the middle of any disagreements and vice versa. Like if me and mama had a disagreement or her and Diane had a disagreement, I didn't step my ass in anywhere in that. That's
and it's the whole, it's like, let me let you know that I did the right thing, sister, and went and apologized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like I would have probably had a conversation on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have had talked to my mother and probably had talked to her. Never would I ever like call myself telling somebody how they need to mend their shit though.
So it felt like if she would have came in and she hadn't talked to the mom or she hadn't apologized and Tamika Tasha wouldn't have dealt with her, she wouldn't be having these conversations.
No.
And then she sat there, Tasha sat there and then say, how did we get here? They'd have been 3 months and she ain't talked to her sister. How did we get here?
How did we get here? Well, if y'all was the first thing you filmed was her saying took her $30,000. And so that's what y'all said, because we don't know how the filming goes, but you said the first day of filming was at your mama's house. And so that's where it started.
That's how we got here.
Like prior to that, but
right. So then Tasha says, at the end of the day, everyone got to be held responsible. And she looks at Tamika. When do you be held accountable for anything, Tasha? What have you owned up to? I ain't heard you say you were sorry to her about nothing.
Well, and I also feel like
hold stuff accountable.
She holds this whole I'm the big sister title. So like that's maybe when y'all are little, like I feel like Kylie is the big sister to Caitlyn. You know what I mean? But when everybody is grown, then our roles are different. You don't get to tell me what to do. I'm sorry. I'm 50, damn near. What would you like for me to do?
No, it's like I'm like, I ain't seen you own up to nothing. We all got to be held accountable. She the only one upset. She apologized to you. She apologized to the mama. I ain't seen Tasha apologize for nothing. She ain't even addressed the money on the show. So what are you being held accountable for?
Girl, she didn't hear about it till we did.
Sure. So all this was gone.
She didn't even know till we knew. Shoot.
So then Tasha in the confessional talked about them being down before and they need to get their sisterhood back. And growing up, Dad left and it was just the three of them. Dad said he was there. So I would like to hear.
I told you that if she's not gonna don't say nothing. She hasn't said anything.
Tamika.
She didn't. I personally felt like the way that Daddy was coming off to me, he was not there. Like, okay, so if you was there at Jack the Rapper and you took them to Jack the Rapper, that's not the same thing as school every day and to the grocery store and the day-to-day stuff. You know what I'm saying? I hate when niggas come through and be like, I was with my kids that one day in July. That's not being there the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tamika asked her sister for a hug. And, she said she's going to always love her sister. And I believe she do always love her sister.
I mean,
I
how do
don't
you,
feel like she gets that same love that she gives to her sister back, unless
she does what she does, unless you fall in line.
Yeah, yeah. Sasha says she wants the relationship. Tasha wants the do what I say do type big sister relationship. She want her sister to look up to her. She don't want to be on even footing with her sister. That's what it is.
She's not old enough over her sister to me for that. I mean, I feel like she probably did look up to her until she got grown enough to it happens to everyone. Everybody balances out when they're adults. Like, I'm not gonna be looking up to you for the rest of my life. Not like that.
Right. So we got dancers auditioning for this show. You see old girl from Candy and the Gang was there auditioning.
Oh, I thought I recognized her.
Yes. I was like, Brandy ass probably in the hallway stalking. So they're showing the auditions and then they get to talking about the best and the worst dancers in the group. So SWV best dancer is Taj, which we could see that. Worst dancer was Lily. I was like, damn, Lily, you the worst singer and the worst dancer. Girl, I would have put it on Coco. I would have said, I ain't gonna be the worst singer and the worst dancer.
I feel like none of them are really dancers though. Like, they wasn't.
But you gotta pick which is the best and which is the worst in the group. Not if they good dancers. Which is the best?
We're gonna say Taj was the best, and we're gonna leave it right there.
Poor Lily. Poor Lily. Lily said it herself. So Xscape, best dancer, Tamika said was her. Worst dancer is Candy, but we already knew Candy couldn't dance.
Candy said that.
Tamika did used to dance her ass off. But Tiny ain't too far behind. Like y'all was neck and neck because Tiny was getting off.
Tiny still be trying to do the damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what? Her little girl sings just like her. She sings just like how Tiny used to sing.
Yeah. And then Taj go out there and break dance for the people with her bad knees. So I was like, girl, your knees ain't bad if you could do that, because baby, I got some bad knees. And I ain't getting down there like that. So you doing
I can't get off that floor.
Child. So SWV then met for lunch. Lily talk about how hard it's been to write this erotica book that she's doing. And Ty suggests that she read 50 Shades of Grey. She said, because after reading that book, girl, she told Eddie to go out and buy every toy, and they tried all of them. Did you read that book? Hard? Did you read
50 Shades of Grey? No.
Yeah. I want to read it. Because here's the thing. It was only one, and I didn't even like the little movie that they had. And books are always better.
Books are better.
Yeah. So let me use my imagination, because baby, that movie didn't do nothing for me. Nothing. Maybe they should have been melanated.
Like, I guess maybe it was.
They should have been melanated, maybe, for me.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. That's probably why I wasn't that interested.
It wasn't.
It's not probably gonna be my type of erotica.
Yeah.
But like, you know whose books I did used to like, and it wasn't necessarily that. Like, it was always some in it. Oh, Joan Collins' sister, Jackie Collins' books. I used to like her books.
I used to do Zane. And then Zane
was for the culture. I'm talking about just like, mainstream.
But Zane, I'm saying I did Zane, and then they did the movie to Maintenance Man, and then they had Wesley Snipes and Sanaa Lathan. And I was like, oh, y'all messed it up with Wesley Snipes because that's not what the man looked like in my head.
I thought Wesley Snipes. Okay, so if it was tonight, what was he in that other book then? Terry McMillan. Was
it Terry? Is that what it was? Whoever did Maintenance Man.
No, this was not Maintenance Man. It was something else. I can't remember. The dude had just got out of jail and moved in with. Yeah, that was Terry McMillan. Yeah, that was.
I read the book.
The book was very good. The movie was not, and I liked Wesley Snipes back then. Like, you know, like he was the hot thing back then.
He ain't never been hot to me. That wasn't it.
And
then they shaved his face. I was like, oh no.
That book was not called The Maintenance Man.
I thought it was.
Go ahead. I'll tell you what it's called. Go ahead.
Okay. So Tosh tells them about her disagreement with Tamika about ending the show with either weak or understanding. And Tamika said that because Tiny and Candy has the biggest social media following, and they sell, they sell most of the tickets. So they should have precedence over the song Weak, even though Weak is the bigger hit. And Lily said, did you tell her that Candy and Tiny's ass is for her to kiss and not ours? Look, that was good. That was good. She like, I ain't kissing their ass. But that whole debate between Weak and
it's so annoying because
Understanding. Well, my thing is, Understanding is not Xscape's #1 song. Honestly, y'all #1 song is Just Kicking It. When you think of Xscape, first thing come in your mind is
it was called Disappearing Act.
Woman. You know what I'm saying? Every time they think about it, you seen that part of Candy's song.
That's the part. That's the one I think of. Yeah,
that's the #1 song. When it
you hear me? Now that I got it, it's called Disappearing Acts.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. But child, when I read the book, that he wasn't it.
He wasn't that.
That man was supposed to be fine. He wasn't supposed to be looking like Wesley.
He was supposed to look like Homeboy from Tommy.
Oh yeah.
That's
how he was supposed to look. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, good luck with your book, Lily.
Go read some, child. Maybe, go pull up them old erotica books and maybe it'll draw.
Get inspired.
Yeah.
Go have sex.
She said she's doing missionary, so don't write about that. Zanique visits Tiny. Zanique personality reminds me of Diamond, my daughter. They have that same little personality about them.
They do. Like, she's very like.
Yeah. So we see Aries, who is trying to Candy. Tiny's working on her. She's trying to sing and act, and she has this big personality. She is Tiny 2.0.
She is.
She is. So she's sitting up there talking to Neek, and she's like, Tasha came the soundtrack. She came to the little thing. She was talking about how she had the best energy when she showed up. And she hoped that she can count on her to do the show because she ain't show up at rehearsal. Okay.
Well, that show was here because I remember them coming because I was like, dang, I didn't even know they was coming. But
she came to the show in Orlando. And she came and she was full of energy and she was good to go.
But that was also like a good time for her to promote her situation. Like, I feel like she only does it.
Still hiding it.
Yeah, but the people will see her sing though. They don't want to be like, Tasha ain't there, you know what I'm saying? She's showing up so the people will be, so she can, you know.
And she was hiding it from her group. She didn't even want to come out there. Not then.
She wasn't hiding it from other people. She was only hiding it from her group.
From her group.
She was telling everybody else.
Yep. So she was saying that, they got another show coming up, but she ain't available for that one. So she ain't going to be there. Okay. And she said Candy warned her that, you know, Candy said she hated if she come back knowing that she ain't needed and that Tiny ain't need the money. And she felt like that old girl was just gonna use her, and when she ain't need her no more, she was gonna, you know, basically tell her to kiss her ass. Tiny didn't need the money. Candy didn't need the money. Tiny needed the group though. And the only reason why I say that is because when
she
we
needed
was
to
watching
change
this,
her reputation. She needed
not
to,
even that, she was trying to get her identity at the time when they did the 3 groups. She was trying to get back to being Tiny because she had been mama and behind T.I. for so long.
well, she definitely needed that, but she also needed to change the narrative. Like her and T.I., and that wasn't on her necessarily. They you know, they lost a lot over there, so they had to redirect the conversation. Because once Tiny shows up, you're gonna love Tiny anyway.
Yeah, her personality.
You should just leave T.I. at one of them other houses when she be filming, and it'll be fine.
All right.
Bring Eris, bring all the kids. Just say T.I. is somewhere working or something, child. We don't.
She said, so when she ain't show up to rehearsal that day, Tamika sang all her parts, and honey, she sang them parts down. Okay, so she ain't no joke.
Well, I mean, I feel like low key Tamika's looking for her moment too, because without her sister there, she is allowed to shine. She's allowed to be.
And here's the thing, we all know she been doing Broadway and stuff, so she been working vocally with her voice. We ain't heard from Tamika. I don't know Tasha. We don't know what Tasha been over there doing, but she been, you know, Broadway bring it out. You know what I'm saying? She been performing.
And you've been performing your performance skills, like the acting and all of that. It's all you know, good for her.
Why they cut out the part when Nene said SWV had more hits than Xscape? Now y'all been showing that on the previews, and we get to it. Y'all didn't cut it out.
They do that on a lot of the probably. I'm gonna say they probably cut it out because the conversation has been going on so much in real time. They probably was like, nobody wants to hear that again.
I wanted to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
Because they do. I want to hear it. I want to hear what she was going to respond to her daughter about it. Because here's somebody younger who y'all talking about. We here, we 2023, and they back in the 90s. And here's somebody up in here saying, I'm
going to say this. I went on, you know, my morning walk, and I listened to SWV and Xscape. I told you, like, listening to SWV, they got more songs and all of that. But I like them both though. Like if I had to choose between Weak and just, I don't think Understanding is it either.
It's not on the sign. And you know, I always said I was a bigger Xscape fan than SWV. But I ain't no fool and say Understanding is a bigger hit than Weak. Weak came out and my friend niece thought it was a brand new.
I don't think it has so much to do with it being. I don't think that's the argument that it's a bigger hit. I think everybody knows that Weak is a bigger hit. I think is that SWV wants to open the show and close the show. Like, which thing are you doing?
Coco switched it. She didn't want to open the show. She want to close the show.
But I heard they're singing something else to close the show. I heard they weren't singing either one of those.
They probably had to switch it up because of the argument.
Well, the argument is stupid. Like, put a coin in the hat or something. Like, this is.
So we got Coco meeting up with Candy at the studio to go over the set list with the creative director. Coco said she don't understand why the graphic designer is there. Well, I was like, well, how is he going to design the set if he don't know the lineup? Now, you just being petty at this part because this is they people. Not with you when I'm with you, but you.
Well, I guess petty. I understand too now, like, because they keep on, they won't stay off the damn internet. They won't stop talking. Everybody got to tell their part. But I feel like They don't. Well, I don't feel like they straight up said it. There's more production involved in a Xscape show than an SWV show. That's probably why she's like, what is he doing here? Like, they don't do all that. They show up and sing and do their thing. And they might, two-step a little bit. They doing, I'm not saying that their show is whack, but I'm saying they definitely don't put as much
Well,
production.
he gotta be there to design the set.
He's got to do it because this is
y'all just had a whole meeting and talked about the board and what's gonna be on the board. Well, how the hell he gonna know what to put on the board if he don't know the lineup? Now he gonna know the lineup. Stupid. Now, come on.
You singing "Understanding" with a horse in the background?
With a horse in the back. Like, so they go over the list. Coco feel that the lineup is slow and sleepy. Candy was like, show your true colors, because this being difficult, this is the true you. Well, yeah, we know that's the true her. We did watch that. She's difficult. They two get into this understanding and weak conversation. And Coco said they ain't changing their mind. Okay. He did start it off with SWV and then Xscape. And then she said, nope, start off with their song. And then, because her whole thing is, I ain't coming out. I ain't for nobody, She wasn't starting off the show.
That's how they feel. That's not how we feel. I don't think we put too much. Whoever come out first, then we at the party. That's what it is.
Come out at the same time. I didn't care. I said both. I said y'all come out singing each other part. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's a collaborative show.
I thought it was supposed to be.
Come on here.
Even with that, I was like, there has to be a way that y'all can integrate the song into like one big song rather than.
That's what I'm saying. Come out together. Y'all ain't got to separate. Ain't got to be two different groups, So she asked them, well, how we figure this out? And Coco's like, I don't know. But like I said, I do. Y'all come out same time.
I feel like there's nowhere you could go where people are talking about this. Everybody has given y'all the lineup. There's so many, everybody like, because we don't care. We just want to see the show. Even the little bit that we get, I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see the show.
Yeah. So, and then how about this?
If they would do it together? Like, it would be very dope if they would just do it together because their music meshes well.
How about y'all both groups come out not singing either one of y'all songs? Sing somebody else's song. The stars do it all the time. They come out singing Michael Jackson or something.
You know what would be dope? So I told you I had it on the playlist. And that song with Bob, all I want to do is to dance, bounce with you. This was Xscape song. I was like, I feel like his little girl could tear that up. They should let her come do Bow Wow part.
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
Just come out singing somebody else's song. And then we ain't got to deal with it. So both groups, they're on their way to go see the stylist. Now, Candy and Tiny is in the car. They talking about the difference between the two groups. SWV, their style is different. They wear their 90s look with their jerseys and the combat boots. But SWV, they like to dress more sexier. They say they're more 2023. And then they're talking and Candy's just like, SWV sound like they don't want to do the show if they don't do the last song. And Tiny was like, all right, then it won't be no show. That's just what's that going to be?
That sounds like a person with 5 houses that don't really need to do the show.
So we got Coco, Taj, and her son. They in the other car. They talk about he decided that he's gonna go back to school in the fall. And they like, well, Taj's like, what made you change your mind? They show Coco keep talking to him about it. I told y'all last week that's his mama wasn't finna let that go.
You said that.
So, child, now we at the stylist, okay, who is a stylist that designs stripper outfits.
He be down to the paint.
He be down to the paint, girl. Why Can he be versatile? I hope he can be versatile. You know what I'm saying? You don't think? Do you think? I hope he did.
I just why are we going to him? Like, is he known for this?
Because
Like,
that's
I
their
know, like, as
stylist.
much as we be talking smack about Angel Brinks, she does performance clothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That stuff for on the stage. And I feel like even with SWV, I'm not mad at the jerseys, the 90s thing, as long as it's like over the top enough that you can see it on stage. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care for Candy and them like tight. They look uncomfortable to me and on them courses and stuff that they got on.
I
So
mean, let's be honest. And and the Xscape, y'all ain't too far behind SWV, but you
yeah, that's
already
what I'm
know
saying. At
this
this
what they
point,
said.
y'all
They
was
50
all
years old. You want them to go put on the stripper outfit? That's why I said, can he be versatile? Please tell me this ain't all he do. Like this could be his main thing, but don't tell me this is
that's not,
what he
yeah.
do.
I don't
But
know.
that's not fair. That's not fair.
Well, I mean, when Beyonce did her homecoming thing, she had on like one was a pink jacket and one was a yellow jacket, but it was just very much stage
Right.
worthy. I feel like you can do that. I'm not going out there singing in no panty thong and no corset. Now y'all can do that if you want
And
to.
let's be honest,
Now we done looking at Chinese little booty cheeks
I
hanging
just
out
want to
the back.
say it. It don't look good when you put
It
it
ain't,
on. Tiny.
yeah.
It's not attractive. Okay. And then Tamika, baby, it's all out there. You know what I'm saying? The only
Not
one
even
that
her.
really look
First
good
of
is
all,
Candy.
she went and got that booty. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Who ain't
It's a
got
lie.
that booty? Tamika.
Tamika.
She ass and titties. I mean, that was the song back in the day. You know what I'm saying? She that. They tiny go buy that booty.
I mean, she's tiny. There's only so much you can do. That's what she should have went and
It ain't
bought
right.
Wendy's booty. She
It ain't
should have
right.
went and she
Candy,
should.
Candy tiny too. It ain't right.
She's not the same kind of tiny because Candy's big. Tiny's tiny. Tiny should have went and got the Wendy Osefo booty, and then it would have been, it
Yeah,
don't
it
go
ain't right.
because she's so little.
But then she got them little legs.
Candy got thighs and stuff, so
Legs and body. um, yeah, so they get to talk about their personal style. And they get to Tasha, and Tamika was like, Diana Ross need her own style outside of ours. Because this was after the Soul Train Awards when she didn't wore the whole totally different
well,
outfit.
not just that, the picture that they showed, it was they had all had on red, and she went and got her own stylist, and it was not the same. Like their reds was all the same, and then hers was like it was clearly different. Yeah.
Well, she said she went and got her own stylist because things haven't been working for her. And clearly she likes being referred to as Diana Ross. But Diana Ross, you are not, honey. You're not.
I wish we wouldn't have even referenced Diana Ross. That was not necessary.
You know, but you're not.
And Diana Ross, like, first of all, when it was Diana Ross and the Supremes, she was the Coco. Wasn't never gonna be no Supremes.
Diana Ross couldn't sing, but Diana Ross had that it thing. You're the total opposite of Diana Ross. You could sing, but you ain't got that it thing going
She's
for
a
you.
starrer.
Yeah. So after the fitting, they agreed on, outfit. They was going back and forth about the colors of the outfit. I'm like, why y'all have to wear the same color? It's two groups. Y'all wear blue, they wear black. As long as it look good on stage, as long as you ain't wearing like paisley and they wearing polka dot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This y'all ain't got to argue about everything.
Y'all can pick colors that are similar, even though when they were like the white and the black. I was like, that go.
It's fine. It's fine. Y'all don't have to wear the exact same. It's fine. Yeah. Black over here, silver over here. It looks good. You know? So the subject came up again on how to end this show, and then they get into it about followers versus record sales, and then Lily then snapped and was like, They got followers, but y'all ain't selling no records. You know what I'm saying?
Well, none of y'all are selling records. That part
Right.
is true.
And she said she ain't had time to be tripping over no followers and no piano in the dressing room. And they like piano in the dressing room. Well, child, Tiny got it written that every time she have a show, she gotta have a
She
piano.
said that's not true.
Hey, Tiny don't even sing like that. What she need a
She
piano in
said
the
that's
dressing
not
room
true.
for?
Tiny
She said that ain't
this
true.
was on Candy Speak on It. Tiny is a shady little something now. She was
What'd
over
she
there
say?
on Speak on It being so shady. She said just so happened it hurt because we already know the roommates was Tamika and Candy and Tiny and Tasha. And she said Tasha and Tiny ended up with a room that had a piano in it, and it just so happened it happened again. So when it happened the second time, that just started to be a thing. Like, oh, y'all divas, y'all gotta have a piano in your room. It wasn't a plan
Tamika, the
thing.
one who said it. Dang, she got it from her.
Right, but it was the same thing though as her calling her sister Diana Ross though. Like, girl, ain't nobody requesting no piano.
Yeah, but if she related to SWV like that, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that she just
Taj is not a good she's not good at carrying bones. She be carrying bones like, you know.
Well, she gave her that bone wrong. Okay, because we seen her say it. She said they divas, honey. She gotta have a piano in the room.
Tiny has 5 houses. What's surprising about her being a diva? We know she is. And that's why she be laughing at y'all all the time. Y'all get to talking and Tiny be like,
so she said, look here, we ain't on no Hollywood shit. Okay. And then Tiny get to talking about how they show is night and day, you know, how they had this big production versus SWV with they flats and they overalls. And then they show Taj doing this little 2-step. And I was like, nah, y'all wrong for that. Cause it was an old school, you know what I'm saying? At that moment. Coco was like, I'm tired of this shit. Y'all can do y'all show and we do our show. And because they said it was egos involved, and Coco was talking about egos, get your ass whipped in the confession, and Tamika was like, everybody acting like children, and it just
I feel like all of them are acting the same. Like, it's not what all of y'all are acting the same. I feel like, why wasn't this handled before now? By the time we get to the point where we're at the boys thing, getting the fitting, that shit should have been already been handled. Like,
child, I don't know, but it just leading to this whole negative stereotype about girls and girl groups, and you know, it really made it
and
put
then
a bad
like
taste.
everything else, they keep on being lives and stuff and making it worse and worse.
So here we are, y'all. Xscape having a group meeting. Okay. So one of the promoters told them that Rocky was getting kickbacks. And Tasha said, ain't nobody getting a kickback. And they was like, so Tamika pull out text messages. We got text messages and we got payment statements. Okay. So she's like, so y'all believe these text messages? Well, the text messages is between Rocky and the promoter. So Rocky, and they read it, Rocky then text the promoter and say, are we still good on our deal with the 5 shows? And then he explained how he explained to his wife that, you know, the promoter was his guy, and asked him to shoot him $20K. And he said, now I just showed her that you sent me the $10K. You know what I'm saying? So we good. And the promoter was like, okay, but you will have to look out and have all 4 ladies. And so Rocky said that he was getting Tasha on board with the girls to do the show. Okay. And then we find out that's what Rocky was doing. He was getting kickbacks. So if he could get all 4 girls on the show, they was paying him money on top of the money they was paying Xscape. Okay.
So you mean to
And
tell me that Candy was not a part of the group, the one person that gets under his wife's skin the most? And so you have decided that even though your wife is now making more money than she was making when Candy is there, you would like to pull Candy back in because why?
because he can get the money.
There you go.
It don't matter that you over here getting money. I ain't getting money. So if I could get Candy, if you could sit up there and convince Candy to come, then I get my pockets filled too.
Now I have another question. Tasha, is this the first time you heard this too? Sunday,
It
like you
ain't.
didn't know? You
We
didn't
just
know about
read
this?
it that he said I just showed my wife the statement and to let you know you on board. And then Tasha, you said on your because we ain't make this up. You did this last live and you said you know everything. Everything
You know
that
everything,
your
y'all.
husband
It's
was
all the
doing.
way down to the part where Rocky got her sister sex tape. Now that's
She
nasty.
said she know it all. Now you gonna sit up here and act like you ain't know nothing about that.
She says she not oblivious.
They was like she said, so you trying to say that I done that? Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. You did it. You and him together. Candy said that's your husband.
I
Y'all
feel
won.
like Tamika was the most fired up. And now that I'm thinking about it, these people been blackmailing this girl with this sex tape. She knows that they have this tape. I feel like this was her opportunity to blow that shit up so she can be free of them. Now you can't, you can't
They've
you
been
put the
doing
tape
that
out. Now what? Because that ain't gonna be a good look.
on the low. On the low. Besides all of this, they've been doing that girl like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They've been blackmailing her for stuff. Boy, I
But
tell you,
she said, Tamika, you got receipts. Well, we both got receipts. Receipts for what? What did she do?
she ain't show shit.
And then she said, Tamika did. Now I'm off the subject talking about her, these lives and videos that they've been dropping. Tamika said he broke her phone and pretended like he was her ex-husband to do what? Like that's
What was that
weird.
about? Would y'all care to elaborate on that
What
story?
is
Why did he do
happening?
that?
Why did he do that?
That's some weird shit.
That's weird as fuck.
And then it's the fact that when they explaining this to her, her first thing was he ain't did that. What you trying to say? You trying to say he did?
Like we
Yeah.
ain't looking at these text messages. Tamika
Like
was
what
like,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
This is his number. That's it.
That's his
That's it. That's
number.
it.
That's him. That's him.
And
And
then
he
Candy
said
was
right here that
saying,
he was explaining this to you. So yeah, y'all did that together.
well, now did you see Tamika on Watch What Happens Live?
No.
So yeah, she was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was asking her all the questions like, "Do you have a doubt in your mind about 30,000?" And she was like, don't have no doubt in my mind. She hasn't talked to her family
Really?
since she dropped them receipts. And I was like, but the girl was just crying the other day saying how she just want to talk to her sister
That's what she
offline, not in
said.
the public eye. So that hasn't happened yet. But I'm figuring Tamika don't want to talk. Like I tried to talk and you changed your number and you blocked people and
It's the fact that you changed your number and gave it to Tiny. You know what I'm
and
saying?
then when she did that first video where she was like a parody of Candy Speak on it, and her attitude was so cocky and I want an
Yeah.
apology and all of that. And then 2 days later, you got snot running down your face. Like which
Because
thing
Motown was like, make that shit right.
we don't want it.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
I'm so confused, like how she thought this whole thing was supposed to play out. Like,
She
wasn't
really
it
thought
her
in
that
her
said her
mind.
husband? She did. Her husband is very smart. That's what she said. If he was so smart, he would have been over there calling Tasha K. That's
And Tasha even told him that was a dumb move, but thank you.
She said it. This was a very big mistake. And she
Yeah.
said, what I'm about to do to you. And then you over here another 30,000. Well, Rocky need to stay away from the contract. And
Then we get some more mistress coming
why
out.
were y'all so comfortable? Everybody, y'all know Rocky is so shady. Like, why would y'all have him doing any of that on your behalf anyway?
Who Xscape?
As a group. And this is what I'm talking about. Candy can't fight that battle by herself. Everybody
I
got to
feel
be
like
on board.
I feel like they did that when Candy wasn't in the group. They did that when it was the three of them, and Tasha came and took that over. You know what I'm saying?
Rocky, I don't know. Like, I feel like T.I. might be affiliated. I could be like allegedly. Like, I don't want to say nothing that's out of turn, but
That ain't what you don't want them kind of problems. That's what you're saying.
but you still in Tiny's money.
He ain't. He did throw Tiny under the bus. I was gonna say he ain't going to details, but he did try.
Yeah,
When
he
he went down the
did.
road, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Mm,
He said Tiny's in trouble. These are his words. He
yeah.
said Ty was over there being inappropriate with a transgender woman. And he apparently has video evidence of that.
He got
And
a lot
he
of
said,
videos, don't he?
make us send him nude pictures. He said that.
So he was gonna take her sex video and do some screenshots and make it seem like that this girl sent them pictures to him. Dirty dog. And she knew about it.
She knew. She
How
said she
you
knew.
feel that your husband is sitting up there looking at videos of your sister?
I can't, but wasn't they down to the R. Kelly factory looking at videotapes of young girls? Because she was
And now
probably
he
young.
on here talking about he was with Candy first.
Ew.
Now I don't know if that's true or not, but Candy is the one who hooked you up with Rocky. Now maybe he knew her first, or maybe he tried to holler at Candy first. But that makes sense to why you have so much hate, though,
For
for
Candy.
this girl, because you know Rocky got a thing for Candy.
Kind of like
He
Tisha
got
and
a thing
Marceau.
for your sister too, though.
Because she was young. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that whole, so it's so
He
way more
wanted
gross.
Candy, but Candy was too young, so he got Watasha because she was the oldest in the group.
Tamika and yeah, because I want to say like 16, maybe. Candy and Tamika was young. Those were the young ones.
Yeah.
But Candy was the youngest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Tiny was already taken.
The difference is Mama
there.
Joyce don't play about Candy, so wasn't nobody finna do all of that over there. And apparently Miss Diane don't play about Tamika neither. So
well, Tamika was already with Zonique Daddy. So she was already together.
She was already with somebody.
Yeah.
Who probably wasn't somebody you want to mess with. I feel like you don't go from,
that to
one
T.I.
thing to
Yeah. That girl sat up there acting like I hate people to act like that. Acting like what I'm looking at ain't what it is. No, we looking right at this paper. We seeing his phone number.
Rocky taught her that.
Is that your bank account? Let's see. This bank account is the same number where Tamika 30K went to.
Even with those receipts, they was over there talking to Brad like, what paperwork? I don't know. I didn't see that. Was my name on it? I don't know what you talking about, girl.
I do. Y'all get off TV.
Even when she was singing the song, I was like, it's just so not genuine, girl. I don't know. Like, do you really feel the love? Because I don't think you do. Like, I don't think there's no love over there for you to be sharing. I don't want it. I don't feel like the spirit ain't moving me with that. I'm concerned.
Girl, you just then threw your dang on career in the dang on quality. You should stayed your ass over there with Xscape.
Can she go back on tour with Xscape now?
No, never. Who doing that? It's way too much. It's way too much. So when they had showed that clip where she said Tamika was here and she was all happy because that was one of the damn gigs in Orlando that shit he probably got paid for. So she shows up now because now Candy is there. So the gigs that she's showing up to now is the gigs that he getting paid. But if he get paid, he ain't showing up to the gigs.
Oh, so what's gonna happen next week, child? I
don't know. Well, this has been a lot. This has been a long 6 weeks. It's been so much.
I don't have no more in
it.
I don't have no more in it.
She got another interview she got to do.
Who?
Chikay doing another interview with another mistress.
Oh God, I don't care. But this is the thing. I don't care about mistresses. Y'all don't have to convince me that Rocky is slimy. We see it. Got it.
This
So
one probably got a whole baby sitting up there looking just like Rocky,
let's hope
holding
not.
30K
Let's hope
in
he
his
don't.
hand.
I don't want that. That's unfortunate. So, Tasha, are you going on Andy on Watch What Happens Live? I don't recommend it. I think you should pass.
She won't ever do that. She won't. She's regretting the fact that she went on Ricky Smiley because she wasn't expecting Ricky and them to release the part that when they wasn't on the air. She wasn't expecting
Oh,
that.
video. They didn't even just release the.
Not just
they was down to the studio.
Child.
And none of the morning show was on the camera. Just Brad was like, I do not know y'all like that. So don't try to say I know y'all like that, because that ain't what it is. And you was scary even when I was a child. So you've been scary.
Child, it was too much. I don't know. So next week, but we got some kind of show. We got some kind of show out of them because we seen them. So
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I hope that, let's listen. It's been so heavy, and at the end of the day, I really feel bad for Tamika, because now I'm wondering like what actually happened to her over there with the nasty Rocky. Tasha chooses to be there, and then like
after all of this, you see Tasha walk in with his crew. You know what I'm saying, on the next upcoming.
Why she need an entourage?
A whole entourage. That's what Tamika was talking about. You walk past it with your damn entourage when they was locked out of their damn studio. I mean, dressing room. Shit.
How's your sister though? Can you imagine if we somewhere and you standing there and I just walk by you with an entourage? Like, I don't know.
No, or when you just be like, well, shit, she couldn't get herself. Y'all come in here in my dressing room until y'all can get in. Right. You just left them outside and shit. These folks is crazy. They is crazy.
Oh my God. I guess so. We get the need.
Wow. All right, y'all. Well, that's SWV Xscape. We got one more episode to go. I don't know what's gonna happen between now and
what
Sunday.
time is it? Let's see. It's 7:59, almost 8 o'clock. Now? Somebody about to been on live somewhere. I have to go scavenger over on the YouTube and see what's going on over there, because somebody talking.
Y'all go
watch her and Watch What Happens Live though. I was like, look at her on this big stage. Like, I really feel like out of all this terrible stuff, because like I said, something happened with Tamika over there. They just been dogging her. It's one thing like to not get along with Candy, but this is within your own family. So that really sucks. So it's nice to see her on this big platform. I hope it kind of carries her into something.
People have been asking for her to be on Rolla. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine, that would be okay. I can get with that. Imagine if her and Tasha had a really if Tasha wasn't so horrible, imagine how dope that gospel album would have been if they was
It would have been right.
Whoa.
She messed her own stuff up. Just trying to be the star.
Just trying to be the star.
And I believe her. She wanted to go 50-50 and she said no, because I write the songs, I do this, I do that. That's what she did. That's what she did. Child. Okay. Well, we'll see what happened now between now and next week, and we will see you guys on the next one. Like and subscribe to this video and this channel, and we will see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.